record.
Record in progress.
I want to find a way to be keeping it like 30 minutes, not too long. So we're going to go over.
There's a whole back from somewhere. I don't know where it's coming from.
What?
It's like you're in the same room with someone.
I'm in December with someone.
Like there's a whole back from somewhere.
Oh, really?
Like the same person. Yeah. Or someone is using two devices. Either of the two. It's either you're in the same room with someone or someone is using the two.
Maybe wait, mute first. Maybe it's okay.
It's from Diana. I think it's from Diana's end. Like she was using two devices.
Still working. Is it still doing that?
I'm on one device.
Sorry?
Is it still doing the same?
Is that Diana speaking?
Yes.
No, it's not. You were using two devices, right?
No, I was on one device, but I was on speaker.
Okay.
Probably like everything jamming. So
Yes.
let's quickly get into it because I'm trying to go to bed early today because I want to stop my schedule all over again. So we all know what went down with GJ last week. We're expecting this sell and more sales to come, but this is the first part of it. We have this, move from GJ, and I was able to catch a few pips on GJ. So I'm not going to go into details because we already did that last week. So I marked up. I've not marked up GJ and gold, which are like my two major pairs, but I marked up a few other ones. But let me go over BTC first. Let's go for BTC. So BTC is interesting actually because during the week, I think it was on Monday, one of my crypto friends sent me like his charts, like, oh, what do you think about BTC? That was it a 1 hour chart? And I was like, oh, I now saw it on Tuesday, and I'm like, sorry, I had a rough day yesterday. I couldn't check the chat. So I'm like, let me check it now. So I quickly did this markup for him, like knowing fully well, like I want to remark up BTC, but I quickly did this, what I was seeing at that time. And it was here. So this was the chart he literally sent me at that point in time. Like this was the way the chart was. And when I looked at it, I'm like, oh, I can see it's at a resistance, blah, 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 and it should drop anytime now. So I came back and I saw like BTC already did a drop, and not only that, it pulled back. So I was telling him the reason why that drop happened. We had a retest of the zone. We had an ascending channel. We had divergence, and then it had hit the premium level on the fib, which is where we have a lot of selling pressure. So it was if I had seen it earlier, I would have sent it earlier. So I now told him for future purposes, I'm watching for price to get to this TP1 of this fib, and we were around here on that day or so, somewhere inside this consolidation. BTC did exactly that and got to the TP1 level, and it's around that area. So right now, I'm watching to see how BTC reacts, but I am looking for a buy on BTC because I see a support level, and it's still inside of a weekly consolidation. If we look at it, it's inside of a weekly consolidation, but we are taking it step by step. So if I see a break of this here, I'll be looking to buy. But for now, we had this drop, and I almost sent it to the group yesterday that like, okay, BTC is about to drop, you guys watch out for it, but I didn't think anybody was trading BTC. So next, I'll just be putting out trades. Whoever like it should take it. Not. So I won't be overthinking anything. So for this week, we have sorry. For this,
Someone needs to mute. That is, hello?
yeah.
I don't know. Someone needs to mute. There is a noise, background noise from somewhere. I don't know. Then, are we saying overall there is a bias on BTC from that level where it is now?
Femi, is that, wait, hold on. Who is Ogumira Femi? I know one Femi. Is it?
Hello.
Femi, are you serious?
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me? Long
I
time,
can hear you very
my
well.
friend. Don't worry, we'll talk after. This guy,
Okay, how are you?
this is like my crypto guru. He's not the crypto friend I was talking about, but if you need crypto, signals, make sure you hold Femi.
Femi, welcome.
Good evening. I just saw the message like Bolu is having a class. Wow, it's been a long time. Let me just join. And I didn't even want to anybody. Just want to come and be listening.
No problem. We'll talk later.
Femi, are you in the general group on Telegram?
I'm in so much group that Bolu created. Though. I don't know the one you are saying.
Yes, he's in that new group. He's in the Bogus group now. I added him, so he just doesn't talk. So Femi, I think you should mute your mic. That was the noise that was coming from you. So I'm looking at Euro USD for the week. So we'll go over Euro USD, GBP USD, Euro JPY, USD CAD and CAD JPY. That's where I stopped. Then on Wednesday, we'll probably do GJ and gold. But if I see something, I'll mark them up by tomorrow. If I see something, I would send it to the group. So this is what I have for Euro USD. We during the week we had this amazing push down, and I am purposely not going to talk about fundamentals because I want you guys to know that you can actually do technical analysis and 100% you can get this trade. So I purposely did not go on my news sites to read about anything that is happening. So it's not based off of like, oh, this is what's happening in the markets, blah, blah, blah. It's just simple structure and what we are seeing. So Friday in the markets were really crazy. We had a lot of big pushes on Thursday and Friday. And anytime the market closes like that on Friday, you want to wait on Monday for it to finish that push. So that's why I have this like trend line, although it's very, very steep. So I would wait for a valid respect of this trend line here to like take the continuation of this Euro USD around here down to this supply, is this demand zone here. So Euro USD was in a consolidation for a really, really long time, and then it had that break. Although this is a major structure move, and I'm still waiting for the buy on Euro USD, but you know that with trading, we have to take it step by step. You don't try to predict the market, you wait for it to come to you. I am watching for price to come to this monthly level here. And if it respects that zone, it will continue its buy up, right? But currently we are in a downtrend, a very strong downtrend at that. And for Euro USD, I'm just watching for this. So if you are going to be taking this trade, you want to watch for price to respect this trend line and by respect, you want to see some bearish momentum before taking it downward on when price opens. So you don't just jump in when market opens on Sunday night, you wait to see what it does. Okay, so we move on to GU. Also, I don't think I have a bus pattern for this because it's also the same thing. We had a big push down, and then we are currently sitting at a monthly level, and monthly level means consolidation on lower time frames. So I am expecting GJ to consolidate, and when it is done, we wait for the break as to where it's going and wait for a retest before we take our trade up. And just like EU, I think it has the same structure with all of that. And yeah, it has the same structure. Sorry, I just remember that I was supposed to start with the dollar index because that's what we are basing, that's what we are basing everything on, and looking at everything correlated to the US dollar, right? So remember I told you guys that I had this bus pattern for dollar last week, and I was expecting this to play out in like 2 weeks time. I didn't even know it was that exact same week. So now this is what it's doing, and again it had a strong push up, and when price opens I'm expecting it to continue and finish up that push that it did, and we'll see what it's going to do after. So I have these past patterns here based off of the break of this resistance level here, and we're expecting it to retest. Since this is how the trend is forming, it's a really strong trend, as if nobody can hold it. It's too hot to handle, right? So I'm expecting price to go up, and this is a consolidation area. We wait for what price to do around this area. And yeah, we wait because of, I just wanted to say because of the news. So you see that I'm a news addict. I was literally just about to talk about what the dollar is doing, but this is a consolidation area, and then we'll wait to see what it does, if it breaks or it respects that resistance area over there. And like I mentioned to David during the week, like there's a difference between you actually analyzing and executing your trades. When it comes to executing your trades, like waiting for the retest to happen around here, you want to see a lot of reasons and confirmation for you to take a buy in this area. Do you understand? Like, you don't just want to jump into it just because it's retesting here. You need to see reasons, and that's where we go on our 15 minutes, 30 minutes time frame to like refine the entries and see, oh, are we going to go off of an order block? Are we seeing exhaustion candlesticks and all of that? What kind of pattern is this forming and all that? So since I'm looking at the dollar to go up, definitely the dollar correlations, which is EU and GU, I'm watching for them to continue their downward pushes. But since GU is actually at a monthly level, I'm not going to touch it. I will just wait to see how it reacts, right? And see the type of consolidation it's doing. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So now EJ, I have not traded EJ in a really, really long time. Long time. Well, we are trying to become friends again. So for EJ, also it did a reversal, kind of like how all JPY pairs were moving in a really strong uptrend, right? So they needed a break, but I can see liquidity above in EJ here. So after this push, we already have this break of structure. I am expecting EJ to go up, but before that, that's looking a little bit far. Before that, when market opens, I am really looking at it to come back to this level. and test this level. So it is what happens around here that will determine how I'm going to take the buy entry. But my first entry is on EJ after market open and during London session on Monday. It's to look for this sell, right? To look for this sell down here, and this is like, you know, 70, 80 pips. Let's just say 80 pips, right? Down here. So I'm waiting for, I'm going to go down on a 15 minutes to like check for breaks of structures and all that. And I'm seeing this formation here. So I'm really looking at it to sell, just to start the week. But overall in the week, I am expecting a full buy on EJ. So with USD card, the thing with UCAD is I analyzed this like a few weeks ago because I wasn't really trading. I was just looking at charts. But one that really caught my eye was UCAD, and I don't trade it, right? But I saw this when it started its downtrend, but I missed the entire. It didn't fulfill what I wanted it to fulfill, so I didn't take the trade. Right, but looking at it again, there was another way I should have taken it, but I wasn't really in a full frame of mind to like you know, be so detailed about it. So with UCAD, I saw this move up. This was, you know, it came up to this weekly trend line. I saw that and I waited for the break and the retest of this candlestick. You can see of this trend line rather, sorry, of this trend line. And I was actually expecting to come back to this order block here before I even have like, you know, something to sell. But that didn't happen. So I just closed it and removed it from my watch list. Like, I don't even trade you, so bye. Boy, bye. So, but what's happening with UCAD is interesting. It has completed a major structure impulse leg, and we now have like a B2C move forming. So I am watching for this to also continue this big push up. And once it gets to this resistance, we'll see what it does if it actually respects this place of resistance. Because we can see when price got here, it came down. When price got here, it came down. And what we're expecting is when price gets here, it comes down again, because that is what it was doing. That's the behavior it has shown in all those places. And really, if you really look at it, it's just taking out liquidity for it to come down again. And this 4-hour trend line is broken, but it has not been tested. So by the time this is coming down, we are looking at the retest of this. But again, that's far into the market. Once we have our confirmation around this area, we can take it. If I were to scalp this, I'll scalp this to this level, but I would wait for after Monday, how price reacts after Monday to like take this. I won't be taking USD card very this like immediately market opens. The ones I'm taking is just EU and EJ immediately. That's on London session, not immediately. So when it comes to card JPY also, this also has the same vibe with all the JPY pairs. But the thing with Canadian dollar is that it's directly correlated with oil. Yeah, just to chip in that Canada is one of the largest oil producers in the world. So what's happening with oil will affect it. But looking at its own charts right now, you can see it was doing the same thing as the JPYs, and it hit this monthly level, almost looking like EJ. I can see liquidity above it, and I say that price can definitely come back here to test it. But what we are looking at right now is price literally, you know, has respected this zone over here. I picked this zone here, from this 1 hour demand, and that was our 1 hour order block, like a rally based rally peak. So it respected rather this level here, and it's coming down. So when price opens, I'm watching for it to come to this minor structure support here to take the buy, or to even be more sure, I'll be waiting for a break of this. How do I highlight this? Yes, a break of this structure here and a retest to take a buy on this. So this is kind of like what I'm expecting for EJ, to give me some bullish action to see that, okay, we are already going up to buy. But overall, we are in an overall downtrend. But overall, we're in an uptrend. So with trading, you really have to take it like step by step. The current momentum of price is a downtrend, and after a downtrend, we have impulse, we have correction, and you want to wait for that correction phase. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so I think that covers it for what I've been looking at. But let's talk about Nasdaq and US 30 for a bit. I mean, this is, I won't even lie, I was paid. I was really paid because this is not the first time this would happen. And as I told you guys, I was just getting my feet back into the game. And when you're getting back into the game, you are not going to go off, start trading US 30. Nobody does that. But I literally saw this move. I saw it, like I marked it up on Thursday night. That's why I put this daily gap alert here. And I've seen this gap. And anytime you have a gap, price will come back to feed it. But you can see how long it took for it to come back. So US 30 is not done. Just like anything, we wait for it to finish up that momentum. But it is currently around a monthly trend line, right? So although this is just a trend line that I pulled from the monthly based off of, so let me hide this, based off of these two touches here. So it's quite steep, but I'm watching for price to, bounce off of that trend line. So when we see momentum and exhaustions around that area, we would, it will give us that confirmation, right? But right now, US 30 is on a straight sell. It's on a straight sell. So when price opens and then we see, we would watch what it's doing, right? And this was a wonderful sell. And how did I see it happening? Normally, if I check this on 4 hour, I draw this point A to point B, I see consolidation. Okay, fine, I'm expecting price to go up. But what caught my attention was the type of trend that was forming over here was just full of liquidity, and I just knew that it was too juicy for price to pass over. So yeah, and then I saw like this was forming lower highs inside this consolidation, and then we had a break around here. So I didn't really look into entries too much, but if I I literally saw this flag forming all day on Friday. Yeah, that would have been the trade we would have taken, and this was the pips would have made like 700 points, which is 7,000 pips. 7,000 pips, yeah. But there's always money to be made. The opportunities are endless, and we can still just find other entries to take, right? So does anybody have any question so far?
Yeah, I can ask question.
Sir? Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Like those flags, I don't really trade them.
Yeah.
How do you take your entry from those flags? Like,
Just
It's been long. I see trend lines since those weekends.
No problem. But with the flags, you just take price on top of the flag. So if it's a flags are continuation patterns, right? When you see them, it means the trend is about to continue. So on a downtrend, you take it at the top of the flag. But as you can see, you need to have confirmation, right? Because of literally consolidating. So you wait for your confirmation and then you take it at the top of this flag right here at the top. So if it's a bullish flag, on the other hand, which DXY is doing, you take it at the bottom of the flag, and then your stop loss will just be below the low or the high. Do you understand? So it's just a continuation pattern, and it indicates a very strong trend. So a flag can keep flagging for a long time, but also depends on the time frame you're looking at. So that's just it. It also happened on Nasdaq actually. I think I have Nasdaq here. Yeah, same thing. Also happened with Nasdaq. Yeah. But I think what confused me, not confused, but what made me hesitate to take this trade was that I was expecting it to pull back to the previous support level. That's why I wasn't expecting the flag to form. I was expecting it to be like an ascending channel, which is also a continuation pattern. So I was expecting more of an ascending channel, like something like this to form. Before I take that trade, I was expecting it to do something like this, go up more. But yeah. Does that answer your question? Does it answer your question, Femi? Yeah, okay, I think you can hear me. So does anybody have any other question? I'm trying to make this calls like 30 minutes so that we can, anybody that wants to watch it can, watch it quickly and grab what they can grab. But fundamentally speaking, there's a lot going on in the world. So I will read up on the news and then just know, I'm not going to tell you guys, because I've noticed that when you are watching the news and watching your trades, it actually gives you a lot of anxiety. So most of the times, news will push your trades to where they are supposed to be. They will just, like, news will push your trades. Like this gold trade now, literally sent this like the night before, and what it just did was push it to the first take profit level, right? And that was some cool pips on gold. And I already saw this. I knew that this was not going to last. This downtrend was not going to last, and that's what gold did. Like I said, I've not gone into much details with gold yet, but just looking at it and watching how we reacted on Friday, we had USD data, CPI data on Friday, and that was what pushed this down, and then gold spiked up. Gold is in a class of its own too. They have to understand what it's doing. So I would see you guys on Wednesday again. And then I would send you one signal that I'm taking during the week. And yeah, I'll send you one signal that I'm taking during the week, and we'll be able to take the trades together. Aside from that, you know that I'm still waiting for GJ sell. Honestly, like it has first done to my 165 points. So I have to rechart and all of that. So I'm expecting a buy on this soon. So does anybody have any questions? If not, good night, guys. Have a great Sunday tomorrow. I'll see you next week.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a great Sunday.
All right, bye, guys.